So I'm going to talk about data sharing and an initiative that we've launched, supported by the French Cancer Institute, ECA. So it's, the goal is to share clinical and genomic data for patients that have been included in France in precision medicine clinical trials or molecular triage trials. And so the idea, of course, is that you know, as more and more patients are being included in those trials all around the world, and WIN is you know, one of the networks we're working in, we identify a lot of variants, genomic alterations that we actually don't know what their role is, what their association is with response to specific drugs. And the goal of these data sharing initiatives around the world is actually to share the data and to accelerate progress. So what we've built together, so it's a consortium of 8 the main centers in France, including the sites of integrated cancer research funded by the French National Cancer Institute. And so we put together about 130 items, both clinical and genomic items, that we name the same way. And we requested the different institutions participating to this initiative to migrate their data into the model that we proposed as a community. So the data sharing initiatives include both these clinical and genomic items, as well as models that takes into account the longitudinal evolution of the patient across different therapies. So far we are ending a proof of concept study where we combine data from around 300 patients from these 8 different sites. And we are planning to include more patients both retrospectively, because around 6,000 to 7,000 patients in France have been included in those kind of trials since 5 years. And we plan, of course, to use those prospectively, so that we can accumulate enough data to you know, that it can be useful. Also, a second way to develop things is to make it public. So, and maybe I can provide this information to you. We provide these models, these variables, clinical genomic variables, publicly, so that anyone can use it. And we try to, as you know, pharma companies come to us, or we work with them toward building new precision medicine clinical trials, we would like to propose them to use this model of data sharing, so that you know, we can either, as the trial is including patients, or retrospectively reuse the data and make new discoveries. It is complicated. So there are some initiatives. Maybe the one that is the most well known is the AACR GENI initiative, that I think accumulated about 50,000 patients with some genomic data. So that was one of the first ones for cancer, and it's just an excellent initiative. The issue is the amount of clinical information that you get, and especially response to drugs. And this is the thing that we wanted to include, as well as this longitudinal view of the life of a cancer patient that we can capture with our model. So, you know, developing this data sharing has been very successfully developed by consortium such as the Cancer Genome Atlas, or or the ICGC, but these were clinical and genomic data generated in a large number of patients, but with no drug. And I think that this data sharing needs now to go to the next level by including response to drugs. And that's, of course, one of the challenges, but it's something that we need to do.